We're changing formation for the next two games. I said I was interested in trying it last game, and then I said, oh, we don't have the players for it, but I'm panicking. And I don't know why. It's still early in the season, but I can just see us spiraling down that table, and I really don't want that to happen. This is Crabby's Gamer, my name is Duncan, and welcome back to the Journeyman. Hi, welcome in. This is the 11 for today's game. Casper will be in goals. Back 5. But our centre backs will be Negru, Nevitt and Kitching. Andrews and Payne will be our wing backs. Robinson and James will be our centre mids, with Jones and Hernandez keeping their place out wide, with Christie up front. I was thinking about putting these guys as wide centre backs. I don't know. Stop opposing attackers from playing and to clear the ball for danger when required. I understand that as well. Centre backs stay wide in possession. Support, yeah. So we probably actually will switch these guys to wide centre backs on defend. He will play centre defender. Cover, I'm assuming Kitchen is the same. He is. We're hoping this is going to work now. I'm not convinced it will, but we are trying. Sheffield United do have a new manager. One good bit of news though is Truffus is back on the bench. He's just returned to training after injury. Probably don't want to play him if we can help it, but if we need to make a change at left wing back, we will. What I'm hoping now is I've just seen with them is that they are playing a 4-4-2. By the way, we're the team in black today. But it looks like Sheffield are playing a 4-4-2. So what I'm hoping is that our three centre-backs should hopefully be able to deal with their two strikers. Our wing-backs hopefully will be able to get back to deal with their wide midfielders. Our two centre-mids in theory should go toe-to-toe with their centre-mids, and it leaves our three forwards to attack their back four. What realistically is going to happen, however, is our three strikers will attack. So what you're going to see from us is attack, attack, attack. You're going to see here is he'll come in, even though he's a winger, he's still going to come in, probably fill in this space. Not a lot, but often enough, where he will always, 9 times out of 10, come in here. So it's going to create space for Andrews to make those runs up there. What we're going to see from James in this attack is he is going to occupy pretty much this whole region, but more than likely will be pushing forward. And with Payne, he will overlap Hernandez, who should hopefully cut inside. While in possession, what we should see then is realistically Kitchen will come out to here when we've got possession. Negro will come out to here. Well, you know, Andrews is pushed further up. So I'm kind of hoping what we'll actually create against this 4-4-2, weirdly, is while we're attacking, is overload pretty much actually in wider areas than central. The issue is if they break on us, they get a winger in behind our wing back. We don't really have the pace to deal with it. But what we should have is centre backs who can deal with their strikers. It's going to be tough, but it is at least doable. The middle of the park's probably where we're actually going to end up with the least amount of players. So our centre mid two might overrun a little bit. And there's every chance what I might kind of switch to is more of a diamond with the two. So we'll play James as a 10 and Robinson as a 6, or attacking mid or a defensive mid. I don't know. This isn't really a formation I've ever really used, truth be told. It's probably not the right time to try it, but it might work. What a lot of people say is because you're playing with 5 defenders, it's automatically a more defensive formation, but it's not. I was going to say there's no such thing as a defence formation. There is, but the way that we're using it isn't. You know, if it was a flat back 5, all of them staying back defending and never attacking, maybe you could maybe say that, but in this case it's not. I mean, realistically, Nevitt is the only one who isn't going to be pushing forward on the ball. Jones made a mistake. I was going to think about pause it there to show, but if I see it again what I saw there, I'll pause it and show why this is an attacking formation more than maybe it is. And it's a lot to do with the roles as well than just the formation and shape. We're not going to see what I was looking at from a set piece, so it's going to have to be us on the ball again and attacking. Andrews came to me between episodes wanting to go out on loan because he's not been getting the game time he was promised. I didn't know I promised what game time I'd really promised him, so I did say I'd include him more, and to be honest, I think I will. Ferguson's not been playing... I wouldn't say he's been playing bad, he's not been playing great either, so I don't think there's... I don't really have an issue with Andrews coming in. Negru with his 4th goal of the season, and it is the 4th one that's came from a set piece, 2nd to come from a Christie free kick. So what you might see here is when the ball's further up the park. So right now, they are going to sit deep and they'll start spreading out a bit more. But when you see the ball's coming forward, and you'll notice it here, watch Kitchen here, maybe Negru. Look at the runs he's making. He's coming in to fill in this read spot here. And that's where they're kind of going to sit. They are going to act pretty much like 2 defensive mids when we're in the opposition half. So we're probably going to be prone to counter-attacks. But if they can snuff out an intercept, it might help us just keep on the ball and keep pressing. The issue I might do, or the thing I might change, is mentality. I'm kind of tempted to put it to the very least a positive one, where we are going to be looking to try and be attacked. Instead of balance, where we are kind of trying to keep a mix of our defensive duties and attacking, where we might start putting a bit more focus on just attacking. I also checked my own, tribute page between videos, and apparently I like to play entertaining football. That was news to me, but I'll take it. Sorry, I've just went quiet because I was so engrossed in watching them attack us. Now, I have just said a lot of tactical stuff that for some of you it's went over your head. For some of you are like, yeah, you're spot on. And for probably most of you, you're going, you are talking utter shit and you know not what you're talking about. And all I can say to that is, yeah, you're probably correct. As much as I've played these games for years, nothing ever said I was successful at them, okay? Oh, God. What I'm liking is Andrews is playing really well, which is quite heartening for me to see. Because with Ferguson, he probably prefers more to be that inverted fullback. So playing in as tucking in as a third centre-half, really. So having a wing-back attacker up there kind of gives me a bit of hope. Because we do need that extra bit of width that Ferguson, as much as he is providing it, probably not providing it to the level I'd want. Jones isn't having his best game. James isn't having his best game. To be fair to James, we are dropping him at midfield instead of that 10 slot where he's used to playing. And for Jones, he seems to play hot and cold, but a lot of wingers do in general, so I'm not overtly concerned too much. Can we clear it? Good clearance by Nevitt. Straight to Christie, actually. Does really well there. Can advance. I wish whoever that was has kept running. Christie, go yourself, son. What a goal. Christie with his 8th goal of the season. But that is a fucking great goal. Christie turns him in the halfway line and just runs. Who is that? Jones should have made a run earlier. He should have played it to Jones. But when he got to here, there was no chance. And he just slots it home. Sheffield United 0, Exeter 2. And I am a happy man. We are going to make a change. We're going to bring on James Scott for Jones, because that one hasn't really worked so far, but that's okay. It's the only change we're going to make. Again, defensively, we have looked a bit frail at times. We have been beaten by the counter-attack, which, hands up, I did think we would. I think any pace in behind our wingers, especially on a counter-attack, we are going to struggle. Our centre-halves aren't the paciest to deal with it, but if we can deal with everything else generally okay, then yeah, we might concede a few goals or even the odd defeat from just a good, counter-attacking team. But I think we might be okay all in all. Good save by Casper. Robinson's not having the best of games, which is a slight concern. But I might actually make this a bit more defensive now once this corner's been taken. Okay, it's not been taken. I'm going to bring on Robinson for Robinson. Plays up ball winning midfielder on defend. Exeter have just scored. That's us. Another goal. We're going to bring James off as well. Going to bring on Nyland of all people as that deep line playmaker in beside our wing backs. It is going to make us that little bit more defensive, but I just don't want us to really concede now. Let's see what happens here. Payne fires across the back post. James Scott has just come on. Heads at home. Sheffield United 0, Exeter 3 as we make that double change. It's going to leave our wide players probably a bit more exposed, and it is going to put a bit more pressure on our fullbacks to get involved. But it won't matter. I think that's a lucky finish to be calling it Christie's. Nyland hits his shot. Looks like it just comes off Christie, but we'll see it again on the highlight. Andrews advances down the wing like we'd want him to do, as that wing back. Gets it across, comes off the post. Nyland hits it, comes off the defender, hits off Christie and goes in. You know what, you've got to be standing in the right place, I guess, as a striker, but he'll not care. It's a goal. Let's make our last couple of changes now. Woodward's going to come on for Hernandez. He's not really playing amazing. I think what we'll also make a change is we're going to bring on Ferguson. Kitchen will go out wide as that wide defender defend. Ferguson as a centre half. Actually, you know what? No, that's just stupid. You can play as a wide defender on defend, even though it is probably not your preferred type. Nevitt will keep his place in the middle. And that is our changes. Can we make it 5? Christie with the corner. Nah. 30 minutes left plus injury time. I guess I'm hoping having the extra centre half, it does allow us to push up both wing backs. So when we played Ferguson as that inverted fullback, realistically what it meant most of the time was only one fullback was going to regularly overlap. With this, it's going to allow both. So instead of like 3 wide players at a time on the park, we'll end up with 4. Our 2 wide centre backs essentially take up 2 defensive mids. So it just kind of pushes everyone that little bit further forward. What it'll do now, well, we've got the defensive mids. Weirdly enough, the defensive mids sitting with there is going to help us more defensively because they won't be as far up the park. But when we're attacking, they'll still move up a little bit. So where our wing backs are probably going to sit here and here, not wing backs, wide centre backs, our DNs will not get obsessed. They're probably going to take up these spaces when the ball's in their box because it's just easy enough then to fall back in when defending, which is kind of what we're going to need. Woodward's took the ball from deep, gets it to Christie, cuts it back for Payne, cuts it all the way back to Ferguson, to Scott, Andrews, back post, Woodward. And you see that there, look, there's our DMs. They are taking that shape. They are leaving that big gap, if you like, where the 10s would be. And that's okay, because that actually gives us a bit more space for the wide players when they're cutting aside to run into, or for Christie to drop deep if needed. But what I like is Ferguson is just picking that ball up. Where you'd expect the defensive mid to maybe be sitting. It's just putting the pressure on them that little bit more. Nyland. Oh, what a goal. Calm as you like from Haskell Nyland. It's 5-0. Has this change just turned things around for us? Hopefully. I mean, hopefully. Okay, Robinson, Andrews, Scott. I thought that might have been a penalty, but I'm not that bothered. Sheffield United 0, Exeter 5. I am very proud, gentlemen. Very proud. I can't say anything bad. That they've done a good job. Let's see, and it puts us up second in the table, just a point behind Middlesbrough, but on level points with Luton and Bournemouth. Bournemouth, we are ahead on goal difference. They have 15, we have 21. Luton, however, also have a goal difference of 21. Downside, game in hand. So they could go back to top of the league. But what we are doing is putting that gap between us and relegation, and we're making it quite big. Our next game is in 17 days. Wasn't expected to be in 17 days. I don't read things apparently. Did I not notice this? How did I not notice that? I am an idiot. See you in 17 in-game days then. Great. Well, it's been a long little break there, but we are back. James is out of the squad. He is away on international duty. So, Kamara has come in. Skendraj is back from his last injury. So he has went on the bench. Mayo still missing out. His manager has now come to me twice to say that he's unhappy with how little game time he's got. I have said that I don't think it's good enough, and he just went, alright then, bye! And kind of buggered off. Watford have a new manager. His name is Joe Hart, who says he's a fan of mine. So that was nice. Thanks, Joe. But we're keeping this foreign side exactly as it was, with it one change due to international, to be honest. So we're hoping the result better stay the same if I win, but the scoreline does not need to be 5-0. I'll just take a good performance and a win, to be honest. Because right now we just seem to be in a very up and down form. We are the team in red and white. Watford are the team in yellow and black. And it looks like a packed crowd here at St James's Park. Yeah, it's St James's. I hope it's St James's Park, not like St James's Stadium, but it's definitely St James. I've got that part right. Should probably know where we manage, you know. Let's hope, though, that this change of formation is maybe the key is getting another good run going. And as also, we're still in, what, October, I think? We're October, November now. I think we're still October. As we're going forward, we're getting kind of close to December. I don't know what we're going to do business-wise. I've put the remaining transfer budget we had, which is about 250,000, into the wages. So we get $6,000 a week in wages, which is probably ideal if we're going to maybe bring in 1 or 2 loan players. And I think that's probably the only type of signings we're going to do without a sale in January. In terms of areas of the squad to strengthen, I'm not really sure. I want to say fullbacks. You know, for example, on the right-hand side, we've got Ferguson, who I think's a 2-year deal. Andrews is out of contract in the summer. So a decision needs to be made on him. Left-back, it's Wayne Payne. Oh, excuse me. Is Wayne Payne and Jorge Truffus, who is on loan. So as much as I might want to strengthen those positions, we have the bodies there just now. Midfield, it's all kind of the same. The only position I'd say I feel... Connor Christie, 10th goal of the season. Goalkeeper absolutely should have saved that free kick. But he didn't, and he's not my goalkeeper, so I don't give a damn. He even moved close to it and he just fumbles it. But the only position that I don't feel strong in, or we have the required strength in, is actually up front. We have Skenderaj and Scott, but I don't know, I just feel like I want a better option in there to either play with or as a rotation option of Christie. We're 2-0 up now because I feel Christie he's developing, he's getting the game time which he's absolutely wanted. He was signed to get development. He can also play right wing, he can play up front, but I don't know, I get the feeling he might be better than a 2. I also get the feeling with the pace he's got, you know, that dribbling ability, things like that, yeah, we can use him in the wings, we can use him, you know, as that kind of main centre forward, but as the game goes on, maybe against tired defences, fucking hell, we are running rampant here. Maybe against the tired defences, that having somebody else to come in with fresh legs against these defences, sorry, I just had a mind blank there, against like maybe some tired defence might be a good option, I don't know. I think it's because even since we came next, I've not really been Scott's biggest fan, and don't get me wrong, he battered in the goals for his last season. And he did, there's no denying it. So did Skenderaj, to be fair, they both did good enough. I just don't see them as long-term options. I know Skendrages get interest. And he did in the summer, we just didn't get a bid I was kind of happy with. But I think in January, if we could get a decent enough offer for him, and I don't even know what I think's a decent enough offer yet. I'd need to look at what's kind of his value, if you like, I guess. But if we can maybe bank some money from him, and maybe even get one or two players in for the summer with that money, on like pre-contracts or whatever, could be good business. But also might let us sign another good striker. My issue with Scott is the wages on and the ability he's got. I don't think it matches. He was great for League One. And while we currently look like we're not going to be going back there the next season, I don't think he's good enough for his long term in this division. So maybe try to just move out those couple of bodies. What I don't want, if we are here in the summer again, is another season of loads of transfers in. So what I'm now looking for is that like one or, say, a handful of signings where, I don't know, I've got so much, my mouth's just struggling, where we're making changes to the squad, but not mass. Like the core of our squad's still there, but it is just maybe we need an extra body for this position, or I want a new starter for that position. It's just about building on what we've got. So one example would be a second choice goalkeeper. There's a guy I've looked at already. He's valued between £100,000 and £5 million. You know, a little difference there, but he could, when he's 20 years old, this guy, probably someday. Oh my god, I'm yawning for no reason. He's probably somebody that, if, for example, we did sell Skendraj for good money, if we could bring him in January, I probably would, and then bring a striker in on loan. But it's about trying to just bring the overall quality of the squad up, even if we're not replacing starters, you know? Because that is going to be important, especially if we do want to become secure in this division. That will be a big part of that, you know? Solid change we're going to make. But goals so far today from Christie, Jones and Hernandez. By the way, Jones has been a fantastic signing for us. He was one that I was a bit unsure of when we signed. But I was panicking, and at this point we needed right wingers. We didn't really have any options, but he's came in. I don't even know if he is a championship level player. But he's come in and been an absolute sensation for us. Right, 20 minutes left, and I do actually want to make a couple of changes. Chuffis will come on now, get some minutes in his game. Mainly because Payne is playing quite bad. I also want to give Skendraj some minutes. We'll probably replace Christie. Neone will probably come on for Kamara, I think. And one more change we can make. Let's bring on Alfredo. He's not had a game in a little while. Can you play as a wide centre back? You can, but we're probably going to play as that ball playing defender. I'm hoping it won't make too much of a difference. Does change how we play significantly, but you know. But if we've turned this round, that's two really good performances we've had. So I think this shape is probably what we're going to stick to for just now. If we do stick to this shape, I think we will need another defender. Actually, that might help us out a bit because Ferguson might actually do better as a wide centre-back instead of a full-back. So it might allow us then, or make me, sign a better wing-back for the right-back slot. So that could be an option for January. If we can either get somebody on loan till the end of the season, or if we do manage to sell somebody, maybe a good first choice option for there. Do need to make a decision on Andrews. Right now I'm leaning on, if we stick with this formation, I'm leaning on offering him a new deal as a squad player. If we are going back to a back four, releasing him, not offering him a new contract. That's where I'm at in my head. But you know, that could change between now and not just the window opening, the end of the season. So we'll need to wait and see. As we're breaking forward, can we get another goal? Nah. Do you know what? That's perfectly okay that we don't. Full time whistle goes. Exeter 3, Watford now. 8 goals this episode. I think we've turned the corner again, and it's all came down to just a simple formation change. with that, it does put us back up to third with a game in hand over Preston, but Bournemouth have a game in hand over us. But it does give us 34 points in 17 games, which is 34 points out of 51. Maths is not my strong point. So that's fine, I guess. Excuse me. We're 19 points ahead of the relegation zone now. But Sheffield United still have a game in hand over us. Not that that really matters just now. Where? Hope. That went down badly. Let's praise Hernandez and we'll have a quick look at the schedule. I actually think we just come back for the next 2 games just now. So we'll come back for Huddersfield on Saturday, which is 4 days' time, and then Bournemouth on the Tuesday, going into December. So this was November. Goes out of December then. Let's see if we can keep this bit of reform going, because when it's clicked, when we played well, we have played very fucking well. When we played badly, we kind of get hammered. But if we take on Huddersfield and Bournemouth tomorrow, it might give us an idea of where we're at. And then for Friday's episode, we can then decide if we're going to come in any other point in December or come back in January. So yeah, tomorrow we'll be back for Huddersfield, Bournemouth. If you like the video, please do leave a thumbs up. If you're enjoying the series and you think other people might like it, please do share it. You know, let's spread the word if you're enjoying it. Try and grow the channel a little bit. And if you're not subscribed and you're watching, please subscribe, you know. The bigger the channel gets, the more we can do different things, the more we can try new things, you know. I'm loving this series so far. No idea when it'll end, but right now, I'm just having an absolute ball. I'll catch you tomorrow. Bye for now.